From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for April 7th, 2016. In just a moment, we'll be taking a look at the USDCHF, the US dollar, versus the Swiss franc for today's trade analysis. But first, I want to recap a couple of the trade suggestions and things we've been looking at over the past few days in the live trade room. Here on the euro dollar, of course, we've been studying opportunities to sell the euro dollar into the 1.1400 level, the top of the long-term range that this currency pair has been in basically since January of 2015. 1.1400. We've taken several instances actually this week already of selling into the 1400 level. As you can see here, I have another sell down here at the very bottom of the chart at 1.1403. Caught it a little bit higher than some of the other trades that we took earlier this week, and now locked in at break even. Can't lose on the trade, setting about 30 pips of profit right now on the trade. Of course, selling into the resistance zone has been the main focus. Let's go ahead and zoom it in a couple of times here on the daily. You can see that bouncing around inside that green shaded area up there. Yesterday's news that we had yesterday really was kind of lackluster, truthfully. You had votes on either side of it, whether to raise rates or not raise rates. It really didn't do as much as we thought it might do. So that being said, I think we're going to continue to concentrate on what the actual news and data have been. The actual numbers going back to non-farm payroll last week have been positive for the U.S. So we're going to concentrate on that and continue to buy dollars against some of these other currency pairs like the euro. That means we're selling this pair into the resistance zone and looking for reversal for it to go back down a little bit, just like it did back here. We saw the rise, the fall, the rise, the fall, the rise, and now we're looking for a little bit of a pullback and fall. Of course, we do have the Fed chair speaking later on today. The ECB, definitely something that we'll want to pay attention to as well. Coming up at 10 a.m. today, ECB President Draghi speaking. So a couple of speeches today from the ECB president, the Fed chair Yellen, could also affect the currency markets, so you'll want to pay attention to that. But of course, protecting profit when you have it is a good idea, and that's what I'm doing here using the Trade Manager available for the Prodigy members on the member website. Anyway, we're selling the euro dollar, setting 30 pips of profit, locked in, can't lose. That's what we're doing here. Also, in that same tone, tone of buying dollars against some of the other pairs, focusing in on the positive data we've actually seen over the past few weeks, selling the NZD USD, the New Zealand dollar versus the US dollar, into the resistance zone. The blue shaded area that you see here on the chart has been the focus for the day today. And you can see currently the trade that I have down here, 68.40, which is the bottom of the blue shaded area, sitting about 42 pips of profit. So a decent opportunity from that blue shaded area again. It should be pretty clear to you if you've been following along with the daily trade analysis why that blue zone is there. We'll speak about it again later on in today's trade room. One last one before we move over to the franc, of course, is this Australian dollar. We have also of course been speaking about potential to sell rallies to resistance because of the signs and evidence of reversal we've seen. Of course, positive U.S. data giving us a boost to that. We are now sitting from 75.92, which is in the middle of that pink shaded area at the top of the chart, about 50 pips of profit right now. So all these trades focusing in on the positive data, not the rumor and speeches, but the actual data like NFP last week, focusing in on buying dollars. Because of that, it's been panning out quite nicely over the past 24 hours. All right, moving on over to the U.S. franc. This one, no different. Of course, 95.60, you can see that down at the very bottom of the chart is the entry that I have, but it's inside that green shaded area at the very bottom of the chart. I'm going to take the trade window off for now. Inside the green shaded area, you can see we've been studying this pattern of the trend. Let's zoom out one time so you can see this, the trend channel, the red lines that you see, the top red lines, the bottom red line. That's the trend channel that we've been in. You almost could call that a trend range, because if you put it horizontally, it would look more like a range. Support at the bottom, resistance at the top. Over the past several months, we've seen a pattern of the trend range or channel, haven't we? A fall, a rise, a fall, a rise, a fall. Now we're at the very bottom again, just like we were the last two times. The question is, are we going to see the reversal and the challenge back to the top like we did back over there on the left-hand side? I think all it's going to take is for some disparaging comments from the ECB or some positive comments from the Fed Chair Yellen today, and we're likely to start seeing this take a turn higher, back towards maybe even the parity level here for the U.S. franc. So we're at the bottom of the channel. We're focused in on buying. If anything, I think selling right now is kind of a questionable practice because obviously it's at the bottom of the channel. So selling right now just doesn't become a logical scenario. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days now finding support right around this green shaded area at the very bottom of the chart. That becomes our main focus. Zoom it one more time here. You can see there's that green shaded area. It's been there all week. We've talked about it all week. We've traded it a couple of times already this week from the live trade room. I've suggested that. Rallying back to the blue zone will be our first target on the way back higher from the green zone. We know what the risk is. The risk is that it breaks underneath here and goes lower. Hasn't broken it. It challenged it, but hasn't broken it. So that's the risk. A risk is a break of 95.50 to go lower, staying above it, getting above 95.75. We'll look for the targets back up into the mid to upper 9600s for the U.S. franc. Currently sitting about 10 pips of profit from my entry, but I think anywhere inside the green zone or even a break back above 95.75 gives you some more confidence that this could continue to pressure higher. 4-hour time frame, you get down here to the 4-hour, you can see the congestion and support that has been in here for the past few days. I think today will be a confidence booster if we can get back above 95.75 and start that journey higher. Again, we do have at 10 a.m. Eastern U.S. time ECB President Draghi speaking. That could affect this currency pair. And how do I know that this could affect this currency pair? Because this right here, this candle over here, just above the first red circle at the top of the chart, that was comments made by the ECB previously, was back here on the left-hand side. So definitely something to watch. I don't know if we'll have that kind of a dramatic effect, but definitely something to watch later on today. 10 a.m. ECB, President Draghi speaking, and then again at 5:30 p.m., Fed Chair Yellen. We'll watch those news, but protecting profit as we have it across all these currency pairs today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.